So today I decided to come to the park. Normally I don't work out on Saturdays. Take a day off, rest. However, I felt like coming outside and get some pull-ups in and some push-ups, and ultimately getting my steps in. So what you're gonna see me do today is what we like to call habit stacking. Right? So it may seem like I'm just doing pull-ups, push-ups, whatever the case may be. However, if I'm walking in between my sets, I'm actually knocking 3 birds with 1 stone. Right? And those 3 birds gonna be getting the pull-ups in, getting my push-ups in or dips. So I'm gonna do a push, pull, as well as getting my steps in between those movements. All right. So I'm starting off with pull-ups, and I'm doing push-ups. I'm doing 10 pull-ups, 15 push-ups, and right after that I'll probably walk around in this little area that we got right over here. Right? So again, I mentioned habit stacking. Habit stacking is when you couple 2 things at the same time, or you follow it up with something else. Right? So for example, let's say it's hard for you find it hard for you to get your steps in or go for a walk. Right? So let's say after having lunch, right after you're done having lunch, instead of going to sit on the couch, going to take a nap. I'm guilty of this. I've done this before. And I still do it. Right? You make a conscious decision to go for a walk for like 10 minutes or so. Right? So not only did you have your breakfast, your lunch, or your dinner, whatever the case may be, or right after, you couple that with something, you follow that up with something else, which is walking. All right, so that's the gist of habit stacking, right? Doing a couple things at once per se, or following it up with something else. I'm actually selling y'all a little bit short. One thing I love about working out outside is that, especially if you're working out in the morning or the daytime, is that you get to get outside and get some fresh air. And not only that, if the sun's out, you get a natural source of vitamin D, right? And so I know I said I'm doing pull-ups, push-ups, get my steps in, but at the same time, while I'm doing that, I actually have access to nature, as well as the sun. So I'm actually having multiple things work for me, being that I'm working out outside. All right, so that's one of the benefits, or some of the benefits of working out outside. If you choose to change things up and you don't feel like going into the gym and things of that nature, you get to go outside and experience, outside for what it is. That was my third set. Sometimes I'll even take my shoes off, take my socks off, and walk in the grass barefooted. However, I don't do it at this park in particular. But there's another park I go to where it's much more of an open field, and they got pull-up and dip bars right by that open field. And in between sets, I walk the length of the field barefooted, right? Just to connect, with nature itself. Almost as if I'm connected with God on a deeper level. You understand me? So, sometimes it's good to get out, away from people sometimes, if you're not a people person. Get away from the music, and get more in tune with yourself and what's going on around you, and taking advantage of what God gave you access to, what God created for us. You understand me? So yeah, that's what it is today. what I've been doing lately when I go to the gym and when I'm working out in between sets, for example, let's say if I'm starting off with squats and I do a set or a set of 10 reps, and right after I'm done, instead of sitting down, I just walk. Sometimes I'll even walk around the gym, or I'll find me a little path and I'll walk up and down the gym, you know. So instead of, you know, sitting down and taking a seat between your sets is not necessarily a bad thing. However, if you want to, you know, keep the blood flow going at the same time, aside from blood flow, if you want to get your steps in, let's say your goal is to get 10,000 steps a day, right? Instead of taking a seat, you just, you know, walk around, move around, because at the end of the day, everything counts. All right, whether you're walking outside, whether you're walking inside, whether you walking around the park or you walking around the gym, everything counts, family. So one of the things that I like to do, again, in between sets, is take a walk on my minute, sometime 90-second break. All right, so try that out. Notice doing 3 movements. Walking is a movement. Walking alone is a movement. Don't let no one tell you different. And so I'm doing pull-ups, I'm doing push-ups, and I'm walking, getting my steps in. Doing a pulling movement, doing a push-up movement. Pull-ups and push-ups is considered a compound movement. Why? Because it's working multiple muscle groups in one movement. All right. So, for example, when you're doing any type of pulling movement, the secondary muscle that you're working is your arms or your biceps. When you're doing a pushing movement, the secondary muscle that you will be hitting is your triceps, right? Along with other muscles connected to those main muscle groups, right? So let's say if you want to get more bang for your buck when you're working out, if you don't do nothing else, do compound movements. That can be a pull-up, that could be a push-up, that could be squatting, that could be deadlifting, that could be benching, that could be doing a row. Get more bang for your buck when you do those compound movements, because you're working multiple muscle groups at once. All right. So I've decided over the past 2-3 weeks on this workout regimen that I'm currently on to simplify things, right? Meaning to the point where normally I go to the gym, hit the weights 5-6 times a week. I even scaled it back to 3 times a week. And I work out outside at least 1 or 2 times a week. And so sometimes doing less will yield you more results. Sometimes doing less will get you more, and vice versa. Sometimes doing more, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will get more. And I've been noticing that my body has been responding really well by scaling my exercises back, or by scaling my workouts back during the week. However, on the flip side of that, I've been doing still the big lifts, right? I've been doing a pushing movement, a pulling movement, and I've been doing some type of hinge or squatting movement. Okay, so even though I've scaled it back, I've maximized the type of exercises that I've been doing. So, I've narrowed my focus, on the exercises, and simplified, how often I go to the gym, right? And every day I've been making sure that I've been getting my steps in, at least 7,000 to 10,000 steps, sometimes even more. All right, so sometimes you got to simplify things to get to where you want to go, or get the desired results that you're looking for. All right, family, hope that was useful. And I've been leaning out, for the past 6 to 8 weeks. I got about a month to to go. And I weigh 220 pounds right now. Not quite, not yet. However, I'm affirming that I weigh 220 pounds right now. Now, why do you think I'm saying I weigh 220 pounds right now, despite not weighing 220 pounds right now? I jumped on the scale this morning, I'm 226, which means I'm only 6 pounds away from my ultimate goal. Not ultimate goal, a goal that I've set. And the reason why I say that I'm 220 pounds right now because how you want to look, how you want to feel, where you want to be starts up here, family. Starts in the mind, right? I used to think that visualizing and meditating and affirmation was one of those things that didn't work, or why waste my time doing that? Nah, family, I gotta tell you firsthand that using your imagination, visualizing, meditating, affirming the things that you want, the things that you desire, starts up here. So that's why I say I weigh 220 pounds right now, which means I'm claiming it right now, as if I'm already it right now, because I am, right? I'm just waiting for it to catch up to me. I'm just waiting for us to meet. You understand me? So whatever it is that you want to accomplish when it comes to your health and fitness goals, you got to affirm it first. Starts here first. You got to accept it first. And I'll add to that after this set. Now, I just was talking about affirming, your goals, affirming the desired results that you seek. And I must say, there has to be action that follow those affirmations, right? Action has to follow those affirmations. However, when you're affirming first, you're more than likely to do the things that's gonna pull you towards those goals and or desired results. All right, so after meditating, after affirming the things that you want, right, you have to follow that up with the actions that's gonna propel you towards those desired results, family. All right, so once you affirm, you got to take action. It's a requirement, all right, that you take action to affirm the things that you're after. All right. Got about 2 minutes left. So I'll do one more set of each. Again, family, affirm the things that you want. Take action. And know in your heart of heart that whatever you want, whatever you desire, will come into fruition as long as you stay the course. All right, family. So I got one more set left. Then I might go for a walk after that and call it a day. All right, family. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Till next time. Peace. Love.